Hi everyone, today I will be talking about Jizya, special tax for non-Muslims. Special tax for non-Muslim is mentioned in Quran chapter 9 verse 29 and also in Hadith. However, the amount is not mentioned anywhere. But in case some of you may wonder how much Jizya is, I will give you an example actually. If ISIS took over, when ISIS took over an area in Iraq or some part in Syria, those Christians or Jewish, maybe there's no Jewish, those Christians, they had to pay up to 27 US dollars per day. So imagine how $27 per day, US dollars. I don't know how they can pay because that is a big amount. Even for average American, 27 US dollars per day. If you ask average American to pay extra tax, which is 27 US dollars per day, they will refuse. They simply cannot pay that much. Forget the inflation. Even in normal situation, they can't. Imagine to impose that much tax in Middle East. I don't know what they're thinking. They just want to make non-Muslims their lives more harder, miserable. That's what it is. Now, like I said, the Quran mentioned Jizya in Surah Toba, verse 29. Let me read it out for you. Fight those who do not believe in Allah and the last day, nor comply with what Allah and His Messenger have forbidden, nor embrace the religion of truth from among those who were given the scripture, until they pay the tax, willingly submitting, fully humbled. This translation is by Dr. Mustafa Khattab. Fully humbled. However, other translators have different versions. For example, Mufti Taqi Usmani, translating as they are subdued. Dr. Ghali, translating as and have been belittled. Abdul Halim, translated as agreed to submit. Some translators are translating it different way just to make the verse sound softer, a little nicer, but not really. It's actually, the real wording is very harsh until they're subdued or belittled, feel belittled. That's how Allah wants non-Muslim to feel, belittled and subdued. Muslims, when they go to different countries or when they live in different countries, for example, India, USA, Canada, they do not have to pay special tax. They pay the same tax just like everybody else. The tax for everyone is the same, regardless who they are. But Allah, supposed to be God, imposed different taxes on non-Muslims. Very strange, right? What kind of God is this? Imposing different tax for non-Muslims. Even he said, yeah, the gospel is from him, Torah from him. But why we have to pay different tax? I don't understand this. The pagans, I understand, Allah has been against the pagans every time. But the Christians and the Jews, some verses is like as if we are his people too. But at the end, we have to pay special tax still. just like the pagans. This is what I cannot understand. What kind of God is this? Allah separating people from peoples. Like Muslims there, non-Muslims here, or how it is. Now, this, like I mentioned earlier, Hadith also mentioned it. I know Hadith has less authority compared to Quran. And this specific Hadith I want to read is actually my favorite Hadith. And actually it's not talking about Jizya in the same way like Quran did, like Quran does. Let me read it. I read this Hadith a few times before. Like I mentioned, this is my favorite Hadith. Let me read it. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith number 3448. Hadith number 3448. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's messenger said, by him in whose hands my soul is, surely Jesus, the son of Mary, will soon descend among you and will judge mankind justly. He will break the cross, kill the pigs, and there will be no Jizya. I will just read it up until there. Up to there. That's it. There will be no Jizya. Of course, Jizya is wrong to begin with. Like I said, why would Creator impose different tax to different people? Why would in the Bible, many times Jews won over other tribes or other people. But Yahweh, God, never tell the Jews to get more tax from non-Jews. Like today, same thing. In Israel, there are so many Muslims live there. Almost 20% are non-Jews living in Israel as of now. But the Israeli government imposed the same taxes for everyone. But of course, if ISIS or take over, it's a different story. So I don't know why, if Israel is that bad, why they impose the same tax for everyone? And if Islam is that good, why ISIS imposing extra tax for non-Muslims? I don't know. This kind of mystery, right? I guess. That's the question. Somebody, if you are Muslim, you have to ask yourself this. Why Israel's government impose the same taxes for everyone in Israel? But why ISIS or ISIL wants to impose different tax for non-Muslims? Or Allah, actually. This is not ISIS' fault, because this is from Quran. Why Allah wants different people to pay more? Don't know why. A question you should ask yourself if you're a Muslim listening to this. Well, that's all from it for today. For those who follow the God of Bible, who are fair and just, God bless you. And for those who follow the unjust God, Allah, God bless you. Have a nice life.